just like send some love to ASMR Darling at the moment. But she got me into ASMR, so I owe her a lot. I owe Damn Darling quite a lot. Alright. I'm actually, there's a part of me that really wants to speak inaudibly right now, because that's what I was doing for like 3 clips worth of ASMR. But I'm not going to do that, because we're just gonna have a chat. Not a bad chat. It's not anything like serious. I hope, like, I want to title this video like "What's Been Going On" or something like that. But like, that always feels foreboding. Do you know what I mean? But really, I just want to paint my nails and like talk to you all. So first, I actually have to cut my nails. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna grab some stuff. So yeah, we're doing self-care today. I needed to go grab my garbage and my nail file, but you can tell it's been plant chopping season. Not season, but this week I've had a lot of leaves die. That's the way that it goes with alocasias. You'll notice that my fry deck isn't behind me right now, because it is currently, I found 1 spider mite on it, and as soon as that happens, all bets are off. I didn't throw it out. It's in my bathroom. It's in my bathtub right now. And I just took a shower, and I run the fan when I take a shower, but like I turned it off a little bit early so that it could live in some humidity, because spider mites don't like moisture. And then I've been misting it, and I'm gonna use a little pesticide to get rid of any potential eggs or anything like that. I'm also just cutting my nails down here if you're wondering what's going on. But yeah, it's been plant time lately. Hopefully this isn't too loud. But, what was I gonna say? Oh yes, it's been, it kind of get shit done type of week, where I've been very, like, I want to get things in order, mostly because it's also been a week previous was also another job hunting type week, by which I mean I was putting in applications again. I know I've been talking about job hunting for like a year, I swear to God. It's just, it's been hard to break into it, for whatever reason, and I've been asking a couple of people out there just like how to try to get into it, but I think it's just a matter of time. The one thing that I really do not appreciate about job hunting these days is that they're like, you will only be contacted if we want to move you ahead in the process. And I recognize, like, they're getting lots of applications, but like, I would, oh, that just went down there, okay, good. But like give me a rejection, something. Oh, it stresses me the hell out. So lately I've just kind of been like, angry isn't the right word for it, because it's not like I'm like all the time, but like I am easily irritable, just because I'm nervous. I'm waiting for phone calls. I don't see that the applications are going down. They're just like, they are running applications, like they just are up for certain periods of time, and it's like, just tell me you don't want me. Like, I mean, they have my phone numbers on my resume. Just text me. Like, I understand that's not professional, but I just, like, because then I would be able to tell the people that I'm working as a person who's 26, halfway through his 26th, well, I guess it's halfway through my 27th year, because like I'm 26, so I'm like in the process of my 27th year. I think that's how that works. But like I am halfway to turning 27 years old, and I really hope that, like I said, that this is relatable, but being this age and searching for your professional career, you go through a lot of difficult mental hoops, you know? And I thought it was just going to be as simple as, well, I'll put in my application, and I'm like, all of my references are fantastic. I know people within the career path that I want to go into, and I thought it was going to be like, well, I'll just get a phone call and everything's going to be great. I thought, very honestly, if you've been around on the channel for a while, paying attention to what I say, which you don't have to be, don't worry, but if you are, then you also know, okay, I cut them really, really short because I don't want to have to worry about them, because I forget about them very frequently. But what was I saying? I also hate filing my nails. So yes, I'm doing it not very well, but just give me the benefit of the doubt. It's a feeling thing. It's really sensorially. It's not good. It does not work with me. But like when I don't get these phone calls that I think that I'm a shoe-in for, I start to think, well, am I actually not good? Like, are my references not good enough? Are there people who are just simply better than me, and I needed to do something? Like, I don't have like a lot of, and these are the little things that I think about. I start to think, well, shit, I don't have a lot of volunteer experience because I never had time for volunteer experience because I was working, like I was doing paid jobs. So like, is it the lack of volunteer experience? Is it a lack of like experience within the actual field of work? Even though the people that I'm working with right now, it is related. It's like, well, is that not good enough? Is that not considered valuable experience in the eyes of a hiring team? And the other thing is, like, the people who recognize that I'm good at what I do are also not the people responsible for hiring. So I'm like, are my skills and experience not translating? Do I need to do more? Do I need to go back to school? Like, should I start thinking about taking student loans? Should I dip into my line of credit? Like, this is literally everything. And then you start to think about, like, what happens if my application actually didn't go in? What happens if I didn't put it in properly? What happens if I missed a document? And it just, it leads a person who is like me, ADHD, shades of anxiety. It leads me to start thinking like I'm terrible at it, and then at the application process, and then I'm not good at my job, which I know I am. But and then the ADHD side of things, it makes me want to pull away from the application process, because it's like, well, this isn't working. It's not providing returns on my investment mentally, so why would I bother? And it's just, I'm battling a lot. Honestly, I hate filing my nails. I hate it. I hate that texture, the feeling of it. It feels like I'm grinding my nails down with like an industrial sander or something. Isn't this a pretty nail file, by the way? It's very bisexual. I love it. I am myself, I'm not bisexual, but you know. What was I saying? Yes, I'm not putting on a base coat. I'm weird, I know. But it makes me just question things, and it makes me start to think like, what am I doing with my life? And like, it's a lot to think about. Do you know what I'm talking about? People who are in their like 25 to 28 range, I hope feel like, well, like I can't even get the job that I did my undergrad for, you know? And I know I should not be thinking like this, but it's difficult not to, if I'm being honest. And like I meet all of my wonderful friends, and I feel happy for them, and some of them are getting married, and it's just like, well, and I've only ever been on one date, and it's like I can't help but feel behind at the age of 26, going on 27. Well, I'm over halfway there. December 12th is when I turn. I didn't do a very good job on that pinky nail, but whatever. Give myself grace. But I can't help but feel behind, and I understand that's natural, and I understand that it's also not the healthiest way to feel about it, but I'm trying to let myself feel it. I'm trying to acknowledge those feelings within myself and really allow myself to feel them, but then also allow myself to understand, because the other thing that comes with this, but that never used to, and I'm really happy it's starting, the other maturity of knowing that I am a very capable person. I just need the information to know, yes, I will get the job, no, I won't. And what do I do from there? I just want to know, and I feel like I'm in a holding pattern. So, this is a very, 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 very long-winded way to say that ASMR has not been a priority right now, and I know when I started the channel, I made it very clear that I was going to be doing ASMR as a hobby. I'm not viewing this as, like, a job, because as soon as it becomes a job, then I start feeling resentment towards it. And I think Trigger Word Tuesday is so amazing, and I'm so happy that I do it, because it allows me to continue to be here. But I kind of do feel bad that I have been at arm's length for a while, and I haven't talked about my feelings, and I haven't talked about that. But you know, sometimes I just have to regulate within myself before I do something fun, because the other thing is, if I start just venting to all of you all the time, that becomes what this channel is associated with for me. And I want to keep this fun, I want to keep it lighthearted, and I want to keep it serious when it needs to be. Do you know what I mean? So I thank you all for being just around, very supportive. I know I've been very ambient. I haven't been responding to comments, which is the thing that really hurts me, because I love responding to comments, and I really want to get back on that train as well, because it's just like a little thing. It feels like texting a friend. It feels like I get to take a little bit of a break from the day, and just look at people who are just here for the good time of it all, you know? And so I'm excited to get back onto it. Now, does this mean that I'm past the stress? No, it doesn't. I'm not going to lie and say that everything's fine now and that I'm going to be fully 1,000,000% present. Because that's not fair to any of you. But it does. This is me trying to acknowledge that I want to be around again more, because I really like it. I really like all of you. So that's just kind of how I have been feeling. And all that kind of stuff. Again, if you are newer to this channel, or if you are a regular viewer as of this summer, where I have not been around a lot, I promise I'm not quite as sort of ambient, I'm not quite as removed as it appears that I am, but I just have had to be this summer just for me, because I don't want to bring negativity, and I don't want to color this with negativity for myself. because ultimately this ASMR channel is, this is going to sound selfish, but it's because of the nature of social media. This channel is about what I want it to be. It's about me. And I get to decide what I want that to mean. And I think more people need to approach social media that way, where more people just need to understand that, like, it is not necessarily about the audience, it is not necessarily about the demand that is going on. And I understand people who make money from the internet and things like that, they have sort of a different relationship to it, but I think that the relationship between a person and their social media accounts should be one where they get to curate, construct, and fully sort of make that space what it is for them. And that's what I have made this YouTube channel for me. It is a place where I come on. Occasionally we talk about more serious things. Very often we talk about funny, trivial things, and very, very, very often I'm just repeating words at all of you, which is so much fun. And that's what I want it to be. I want it to be fun, light, comforting, calm, a place that you get to be and just like be you and take half an hour off of whatever your feelings are. And I've been listening to ASMR and podcasts and YouTube a lot more lately because it feels nice to have somebody talking at me while I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing here at home, because then I don't feel like I need to live within these problems that I've been talking about this whole video all of the time. I needed way more stuff on that little brush. But I need to have it be this escape for me and not a place where it's taking time out of my day where I need to be applying for jobs and taking time out of my day where I need to still do the work that I need to do for the people that I work for right now, because Lord knows that's not letting up. And they tell us that September and October are going to be not as busy, but last year we saw how that went. And last year I got really upset with one of the people who I used to work with. She's not there now, but I got really sort of upset and I had to put a foot down and all that kind of stuff last fall. So I'm really hoping that that doesn't continue, or some situation like that doesn't rise up once again. But this is my escape, and it needs to be your escape too. And that's why I haven't been around, because I don't want to bring it down. And I understand that it's not bringing it down talking about it. That's why I still talk about my problems, but they have been all consuming lately, and I just want it to be Trigger Word Tuesday. I just wanted to repeat weird words and talk about the intricacies of pronunciation with all of you. Doing some inaudible, doing some like weird little themed ones, like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, that is the pure joy of it for me, and I want to facilitate that joy. So anyway, I'm way too cerebral. I'm gonna watch this back in editing and I'm gonna be like, oh god, shut up already. Just kidding. I'm cool. I love myself. I love being myself. But yeah, who knows? Maybe in a month's time I'll be telling you that I applied to university again so that I can go for something, graduate studies or whatever. Who knows? trust me, I'm reading the comments. I have been diving back through old comments and things like that. Because YouTube, you're able to see them in a fairly convenient way, in a decently convenient way. Not super conveniently. I wish the way that YouTube creators were able to view their comments was a little bit better. I wish that you were able to customize the way that you want it organized a little bit better on the YouTube studio. But that's neither here nor there. That's just me complaining. But I just want you all to also give yourself a little bit of grace in the face of that rhymed. Give yourself a little bit of grace in the face of uncertainty. Allow yourself to know that you are a capable person and that you will get through it, and that you are allowed to be disappointed when things don't necessarily work out in the direction that you thought that they were going to, and that you also prepare yourself for a pivot if you absolutely need to. I hope that you don't have to, but just know that you'll make it, please. Because I've had a couple of conversations, like with my best friend. She's my best friend in the whole world. She's essentially my sister, the way that her and I interact. But she and I got together the other day, not yesterday, Friday, and I ended up just being able to talk about this with her, and she's such a saint. She has a lot of stuff going on right now, and we ended up talking about it, thank goodness, so that she could get stuff off of her chest. But when we met up, I was like, I'm just not feeling good. Can I vent? And she just let me, and she talked through it really, really well, and she really helped me feel like this is such a normal thing. And I told her, I was like, if I'm being honest, I compare myself to you a lot, and she was really graceful about that as well. And I love her so much. She is vital to me. So lean on your people. Allow yourself to vent to them. Listen to their problems too, because she certainly, the grass is not greener, she certainly has a lot of her own problems. And everyone's going through something. So just kind of allow yourself the grace that you allow other people, because obviously when I started listening to her problems, I was like, oh my god, if these were in my brain, I would not be allowing myself to maturely handle them. But when I'm telling her how she could approach them, or when I'm giving her advice, or when we're just talking through it, it's like I need to give myself that same amount of leeway, I guess is a good word for it. But yeah, I hope that you do that for yourself too, because you're wonderful. You're wonderful just by virtue of the fact that you exist, okay? I want you to internalize that. So paint your nails, do your makeup, do your hair, do a face mask, take a bath. It's half an hour. Just stop for half an hour. Put things on hold, literally. I don't care for half an hour. You need to clean the house by tomorrow. Just take half an hour, please. I know it's bad advice, but I just want you to check in with yourself, because I've been having to do that a lot. And I remember I said at the beginning of the year, this year's theme, which I do every single year, was going to be career-oriented, and really, I think it has ended up being, what direction do I want to take, kind of thing, and what do I do in the face of problems that are bigger than the ones that I've had to face as of yet in my life, and problems that feel larger larger than they really are. So I think it's just been sort of a year of personal growth. Hopefully. I'm trying to put a positive spin on it. Some people find that annoying, but I personally find that it helps me make sense of things. So, here are my nails. Here are my nails. Here are my nails. Here are my nails. They're just like a nice gentle sage color. I've done them this color on the channel before. My pinky nail is really rough looking. But these are Quo Beauty. You can find them at Shoppers Drug Mart. I don't think you can find this at in the United States, but it's moss. That's what the color is, and it's Quo Beauty, and it's their plant-based one. Their plant-based one dries like weirdly quick, and it also it lasts longer than their non-plant-based ones. I don't know what's behind that, but I got it on a whim because it was just a color that I really liked, and it was the only color, like, that color only comes in the plant-based shades, so that's why I got it. And it turned out, like, really, really good. I really like it, so, I don't know. Get it on my TikTok shop. Just kidding. I don't have that. I don't do TikTok. I remember I tried. It's like that Instagram account that I made. I always think, oh, I really should post to it, and then I just forget. I'm awful. But anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for allowing me to just talk to you all. Thank you for understanding that Trigger Word Tuesday is just the way that I have been able to show up lately, and that you all have not gotten upset at that, which makes me really happy. Makes me know that I've got good people on here. So, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I guess if you're going to sleep,